Hi, welcome to another episode of Spyt-Takes. I'm your host, Jens Anderson, aka Spittle, and this is my lovely co-host, Ellen Anderson.
Hello.
And we are joined by Penelope, who's right here giving me kisses, and Mr. Bunsen, who is basically trying to devour Mr. Bill's head like a snake. Yep, that's his thing. He loves it. We let him do it because it makes him feel good. Anyway, we're here to talk to you tonight about the most recent episode of The Flash, which was basically introducing a new member of The Flash's Rogues Gallery called Peekaboo. Peekaboo! So Peekaboo is a cool villain. She was created by Jeff Johns, I believe, and first appeared in one of the comics as an adversary for The Flash. And the show opens up with her breaking her boyfriend out of a prison. And I loved how they did this because, like, you know, she is much like Nightcrawler in the sense, like, they have to see where they're going to teleport.
Right.
But Nightcrawler's like, he can go any distance. He could, like, teleport to the moon as long as he can see the moon. I don't know if she has the same level of power, but she definitely has to see what she's going to teleport to, or she can't do it.
Right. So she's got that little spyglass.
That was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With the little spyglass. I loved
it.
how they did that. And she kind of had to peer through the window, and then she appeared in the window holding the spyglass, just like she was in the car. She does a whole bunch of stealthy shenanigans.
So when she was doing that, I literally thought to myself, there should be an app for that.
An app? What would it
Why
do?
does she need the spyglass? She's like, this big thing, bring it out.
Would you just use your phone?
Yes, totally.
Just like zoom in with the iPhone.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, good. Bamf. Yeah, you could do that. That would work too. So she uses a spyglass, which was really cool. Breaks her boyfriend out, and the story sort of rolls on from there. Apparently, her boyfriend was in trouble with, or was in the gang of some major boss member or boss, crime boss, who honestly I wasn't familiar with at the time of the show, and as I'm not sure if it's a reference to somebody in the comics. I'm sure it is. I'll have to look it up. But basically, if you don't give this boss some tribute when you get out of prison, or give him what you owe him for the last job, you're in freaking trouble.
Yep.
So they have to go square up with him. And he finds out that she's a teleporter, a meta, and wants to use them for heists and stuff like that. And so they start robbing like armored cars and pulling capers and things like that. And I know that I thought that one of the coolest things was Barry's dad, who's in prison, is instrumental in this investigation of Flash trying to catch up and capture Peekaboo. I love it when he is on the show. What's that actor's name again? Do you remember? It's like three names. Anyway, he's great.
John Wesley...
Shipley
Wesley Snipes. No.
No. Whoa. I'm trying to picture that mashup of celebrities.
Names. He was really the OG Flash for TV.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Which was very cool. So he's in it, and you know that he gets this information. And
John Wesley Shipp.
John Wesley Shipp. Does
that seem correct?
That sounds correct. We'll find out. Survey says. Well, no, we'll see. So. He was instrumental. He gets to see Barry because West pulls some. By the way, every time I always want to say Adam West, but that's obviously wrong. So anyway, Barry's stepfather or foster father arranges for them to meet, and Barry gets to give him a hug, which was very touching. And then later he helps with the investigation, and Barry's really concerned because he gets beat up, and he's like, "Look, I hardly ever get to be useful in here, and this makes me feel useful if I can help you." And then at the end, wait, you know what? We won't spoil that. But he's helping in them capture Peekaboo. Right. And it fails. Peekaboo gets away, even though they try and pursue her to this mob boss, and they're running all these capers. And man, the coolest scenes ever on The Flash were in this episode, in my opinion. Like that, eventually he catches up with them, and she's running him around ragged and gets away. And finally, Wells figures out that, you know, she it's all based on light. Like if you get her in the dark, that she won't be able to teleport.
I think it's something like I think it's because they get a DNA sample or something. There's a residue.
The residue.
She leaves a residue behind, and of course, you know, the squints go ahead and analyze that, And
The squints.
I have to call it the squints.
Yeah.
And
A little Bones reference. Yeah, that's
totally.
good.
And after a bunch of analysis, I was gonna say I don't know what their computer is. They should have a name for it. I don't think they do. They run.
You know what? I don't know if it's connected to Gideon.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But anyway, would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be neat.
And a bunch of experiments, and all of a sudden they realize, the residue, the molecules, the DNA, whatever is in there, I don't know, it's cosmic goo, slows down when there is an absence of light.
Right.
So they kind of assume that...
It doesn't work at all, actually.
Right.
So she has to teleport
No,
in.
it still works. It just slows down to where it's almost normal. So basically, that would render her not being able to teleport.
She can't teleport into the darkness, I think is what it comes down to.
She
right?
can't see. Right.
Yeah,
if you can't see and you're in the dark, well,
if she can't see where she's going, it doesn't work, right?
Right.
So it's all photon-based. So that was really neat. So the coolest thing ever happens. First of all, you and I both went kind of like, ooh, when Flash was running around doing his thing.
Shiny.
And he skidded to a stop. Yeah. And they had those like lightning bolts coming off his feet and kind of sparks coming off his feet.
Was cool.
That was really cool.
I love it. Look, it's got a real engine, and look at these wheels. I love it.
Really, I think they did a really good job on that effect.
Yeah, we were both like,
really...
ooh.
Yeah, I squealed.
Did you squee? Just a little bit. And then the coolest scene I think I've seen on The Flash actually happened. Like, they've had some amazing fight scenes before, and they've had some truly amazing, like, super heroic moves that he's done, like when the train derailed and he went through the train, or when the cars were being thrown off the dam and he picked everybody out of the cars. Right. But this was amazing, just the way it was shot. He was coming straight at the camera several times and like running up the wall and smashing all the lights. It was just it was the coolest like cinematography I've seen on the show to go with the Flash's powers.
I think they really upped it in this episode.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I already thought super speed looked really cool on the show, and it was like times 20 in this episode. I was just like,
7,000, 8,000. No, this is impossible.
got all excited, and man, it really looked sweet.
This went to like 1 billion in coolness factor, I thought.
It was. I totally did squeal
cool.
and get giddy when I saw that, and I think we both did at the same time. We were both like. Your E was much higher than mine.
Yeah.
You were off the charts.
Oh, really?
In the
Why do you have to go there and expose my squeakiness to people?
Your squeakiness?
Yes. So that was really cool. And then he captures her and the boyfriend bails, and then they put her in a cell.
Just like a guy.
Yeah, they put her in
a
a
cell. Going gets tough.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
It's totally bails.
What's up, man hater?
I'm not a man hater.
Maybe you need to go get your vagina steamed or something like that. What is it? The Mugworth's V-Steam?
V-Steam.
Gotta check out Ellen's Twitter to see the Mugworth's V-Steam reference.
Yeah, it's a
big
rage on the West Coast right now.
Well, at least with
steam
Gwyneth
cleaning
Paltrow.
your vagina.
We make your uterus shiny.
So.
With lasers and steam.
There could be Mugworth's the Steam M. The mangina.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently guys can do this too, the steam vagina. I don't know.
Wait, no!
It says in there that guys can also get this treatment, and I was like, what? So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to get steam clean, but I guess they run it through a car wash or something.
That's just strange. All right, anyway, we've gotten way off topic here.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
We went to vagina.
Yeah, we went to vagina steaming
Super speed
somehow.
to squeed a vagina.
So anyway, she gets captured. They put her in a cell, and you know what? I gotta say, I'm starting to have trouble with these cells. Like, I think it's really cool that they're using the particle accelerator to house these metas because they have special powers, and probably Iron Heights is not equipped to, keep these people. Like, how do you keep a teleporter in there? How do you keep all these people contained that can't be contained? Well, you put them in these power negating, cells, but There's no toilets. There's no shower.
I was thinking
There's
the same
no.
thing. It's just this box.
It's
and you're
a
just
box.
Like, they're always wearing the same clothes.
And
How
they're
do they
just
shower?
sitting on the floor half the
Do
time.
they have to pay somebody else to go and feed them
Do
3 meals
how
a
do
day?
they feed them? Like, this is where I'm getting really disturbed, because you know how they say, like, Batman kind of creates his own villains, and you stick them in Arkham Asylum and they just get worse. I feel like the Flash has just got to be creating like insane villains, because they must be going crazy. It's like being in solitary confinement forever, and you can't even pee unless you're gonna pee on
and
yourself.
there's nothing for you to look at.
Oh my god, which reminds me of that Archer episode we just saw with what's her name just peeing on the floor. That was funny.
Pam.
If this gets on my suede boots, I am going to. That's freaking funny.
But anyway, yeah, what do they do in there? What do they do in there? And yeah, that really must suck. I'd be
It's
pissed
gotta
too.
be. I mean,
you could
not
be a
only
good
are you
person and just go crazy and go bad.
Yeah, you're already incarcerated, but now you can't even. I've just got to be terrible conditions. I don't understand it. They don't get like time in the prison yard or anything like that. It's just they're sort of like locked up and throw away the key. Although that's not true, which brings us to our side story with Hartley Rathaway.
Aqualung.
I like the ice skating in the second one with the flute. That's pretty funny. Anyway, they go. This is a side story with Cisco and Hartley Rathaway, the Pied Piper, which I thought was really interesting, and here's why. So last time we saw the Pied Piper, he actually used his little hearing aid thing. Which, by the way, this guy, he has these hearing aids with these long ass freaking like wires or something that go into his brain, which he is constantly yanking out to explode or do something to somebody.
It's like an ear boreworm.
I mean, I don't even know how he gets it back in there.
It's just disgusting.
Like, I mean, that's like really hard. You know how when you fuck up with your sweatpants or something like that, or a hoodie that's got like a cord on it and it goes up into the hoodie,
gets too
and it's such a
long
freaking pain in the ass
gotta
to get the
scrunch it up
thing
and
and
pull
pull
it,
it.
scrunch,
How the hell
pull.
do you get that little cord back in your
I
ear
don't
all
know.
the time?
I
I don't even get it.
Boreworms.
Boreworms. Maybe it has a special little bore on the end of it. It just seeks its way
But
back
every
in.
time he picks it out, I do think of the boreworm.
Yeah.
And,
It's like, he's like, ah! Oh, it's crazy. Lots of boreworms. Or actually those worms in Star Trek.
yeah.
Eee, those are terrible.
I forget what they're called, but I call them boreworms too.
Yeah, but the boreworms are from Flash.
I know. Flash.
Father! No, Father! Not the boreworms! The best. Anyway, we see Cisco helping out. Now, the episode before, like, Hartley uses that thing to, like, blow up the cell.
Yeah.
And he's using some kind of sonic wave or something. And now, Cisco is working with Hartley to figure out what happened to Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein, which was really cool. But here's why I like pairing up Cisco and Hartley Rathaway. I don't know if you know this or not, but Cisco is actually a character from the comics called Vibe. And he is a meta who has sonic powers. So it's really interesting to see him working next to Pied Piper. And I'm also interested to know if Cisco has powers right now. I don't think he does, because I think he's grooving on this whole Flash like superhero thing.
Right,
and would
right.
probably want to help if he could. So I don't think he actually has powers yet. But I'm wondering if the Pied Piper will have some sort of hand in Cisco getting his powers somehow.
Maybe.
And then he becomes Vibe.
Maybe Cisco never gets powers.
But he's Vibe.
I know, but it's
Just
kind of
like-
it's a little revisionist.
Just like
so-
Dr. Snow is Killer Frost. They're going to get their powers one way or another. Something's going to happen and they're going to get their powers. I guarantee. Gotta happen. Gotta happen.
I don't want Caitlyn to become a villain.
Yeah,
She's
I don't
a good
know.
character.
She is a good character. I loved that whole them going out, having drinks, doing karaoke. Boy, the actor who plays Grant Gustin can sing.
Yeah.
He can sing. Like, they did karaoke on Sleepy Hollow recently, and it's
kind of bad.
Kind of bad, but Grant Gustin he's got some pipes. Oh, and he meets Linda Park. this episode too. All this shit's
Which
happening.
means he could be on Glee, but Glee's not. I don't think Glee's on anymore.
No. I think he's got a good gig. So anyway, Cisco's working with Hartley.
Flash the musical.
Hartley and him track down stuff going on with Ronnie and Dr. Stein. Really cool stuff. They figured out they merged. They had like bomb shadows like going on when the particle accelerator went off. That's why Ronnie's been acting so weird, because he's probably Stein half the time. I know next episode they're going to be doing stuff with Firestorm specifically, so that's going to be really interesting.
You know
to
what would
see
have been
where it
cool
goes.
though if he was like melded in with Ben Stein.
He is a teacher. Bueller. Raymond. Oh, never mind. He's inside me. We're good. I know where Ronnie is. Present. Always present. Yeah. So, anyway, that was cool. And Rathaway, Cisco gets the best of Rathaway at one point, but then Hartley, Piper turns it back on him and does escape and is now at large. So that was what was going on with that, which was really cool. And again, they had some social life stuff going on with Caitlin and Barry, which was cool. And the episode ended with a bang. Gorilla Grodd finally making an appearance.
And
I don't know if you know this or not, but I voiced Grodd in our game.
I do know.
I do. You do? Okay, I don't know, because it's hard to tell.
You're an animal.
Whoa.
No, but seriously, when they were introducing Grodd, I was wondering how they were going to do this. I was like, oh God, I hope it's not some dude who just like has like gorilla like features,
like old
or...
school Planet of the Apes.
It's like
like puppet mouth.
It's like Cornelius.
That would be terrible.
But yeah, I was happy to see what I saw. So.
Yeah, and so I was a little worried how they're going to handle this, and there's still a long way to go to see what they do with Grodd, right? I mean, that was just a little snippet of seeing him,
right.
But all the effects where they actually do CG on the show, where they show Flash and he's actually a CG Flash, have been really good and hold up really well. So I'm not too worried about that. I think they got a really solid and good special effects team. Furthermore, I think like maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, this would have been almost impossible to pull off and would look really bad. Maybe even 5 to 6 years ago. But now they've had wonderful advancements in Hollywood in this technology and I don't know if they're using this or not, but I would look to Gollum, Smeagol's character in The Lord of the Rings, and and Caesar from Planet of the Apes, both performed by Andy Serkis, and the technology that goes into that, like, performance capture of a real actor, and sort of putting it onto a CG character and getting those realistic facial expressions and everything. I think the technology is there to do Grodd really well, as long as they don't chintz out on it. So
a big thanks to James Cameron, because he's made film watching that much more enjoyable.
James Cameron?
Yeah, he had a lot to do with Avatar.
Avatar as well. That's a good point.
They actually for
performance capture for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, he really pushed the
did he push it as much as PJ did with Smeagol? I don't know.
I think they used some of the same technology.
And Caesar?
I mean,
I'm sure it's all the same. I'm sure that you
right.
could probably get that really easily now, that there's a knowledge base out there for these special effects guys to go, take, hey, how did you do it? Oh, pretty simple. You need this program, this program, and this program. And here's actually how you do it. And there's probably industry veterans on this stuff. So I think they're going to pull it off really well. I loved what I saw with that. So I'm excited for the big ape to go in there. Little disappointed they didn't give me a call to do the voice.
So how would you...
But actually, I'm really not, because...
How would you express your displeasure as Grodd?
No, I don't know. I would throw poop.
Grape ape.
I would get grape ape.
Hanna-Barbera. Grape ape. No.
Grape ape. Yeah. No, I'm not sure I like how our Grodd turned out, mostly because what we had planned for the cinematics and sort of what Grodd was supposed to be doing while he was speaking, and I was doing these big, loud, threatening performances, and the designers did not spend the time when we launched because they didn't have time, or just didn't have as good a tech as they needed to make that work well. So it just sounds like shouting all the time. If I could do it over, I would, but I can't. If I could go back and do the cinematics over, I would, but I can't.
Aww.
Maybe I can. You know what? Maybe I'll go back and do those cinematics just for you guys so it looks a little better. All right, we'll see. Okay, anything else you want to add? Pretty cool episode, right?
Love the episode. I have to say, when I first started watching Flash, I was really hooked on the first episode, and it's gotten better.
Yeah.
So, really cool show. I think it's one of the best television shows on right now.
Yeah.
So
Certainly probably the best for DC.
Damn, I hope they can keep it up and they don't go crazy with,
Yeah.
like, the story or do something really, really fucked up and weird. So.
I agree. Well, they got almost all the chess pieces on the board now as far as rogues go. Maybe they're getting some heroes in there. I think they need to get to Mirror Master pretty quickly so they can get the full-on rogues
and
going.
I definitely think we'll see more crossovers with the other shows because right now, all the DC shows have this big like crime boss thing going on, and
you know what Arrow
corruption.
needs to do?
So
Arrow needs to call the Flash. So when next time he fights Ra's al Ghul, the Flash can just come in and actually like quickly take the sword and just get all stabby, and then just take Ollie's hand and be like yeah, and Ra's will be like, what the hell? I'm punctured and bleeding. It'll be perfect.
it's got the Lazarus pit.
Yeah, it'll just come back anyway. All right, thanks for watching this episode of Spyt-Takes on the latest Flash. It was a terrific episode. Looking forward to the next one when it comes out this week. And until we talk to you next time, take care.